This is how Liam Ottley is able to generate over $480,000 every single month with his looping funnel. Now, just before I get into it, this is actually pretty complex and I'm super excited to be sharing it with you today. Like, even if I just zoom out, we have quite a bit to cover, but there is so much value. Now, if you're a coach, consultant, even agency owner, there is a lot to take away from this because I'm going to be focusing, yes, on his AI Automation Agency Accelerator, which is his program, but I'm also going to be just speaking about how he makes income on the side through his personal brand. Now, if I'm not wrong, he's got about 478,000 subscribers as of filming this video right now. I can assure you that by the end of this video, you will know how his funnel works, how you could probably implement it back into your coaching business, and how you can just make a crap ton of money. So look, let me just dive straight into it. As we mentioned, he has a pretty big YouTube channel, and actually, unlike most other influencers, or I guess gurus, or whatever you want to call them, like no hate towards Liam Ottley, I love the guy. His only traffic source is YouTube. Yes, he has other traffic sources, but this is the main one. This is the jackpot. This is what makes the money for him. So if you watch my previous video, I spoke about KLT, which is a method that pretty much every single coach, consultant, agency owner, anybody who you watch on YouTube uses. It's basically the method that someone needs to know, like, and trust you in order for them to be able to buy from you. But what Liam Ottley also uses is a 7-11-4 rule, which is basically, on average, a potential buyer has spent 7 hours engaging with your brand's content at 11 different touch points and 4 different platforms. So this is exactly what Liam Ottley actually manages to do, and it all just loops back into this one big long funnel as you see, and I'm just gonna get into it, you know. So first things first, with his YouTube, unlike most other influencers, he also just posts a lot of middle of funnel content. You have a lot of people like Brett Scales or Pierre Corey, as my previous video was, or any people from that group. They posted a lot of top of the funnel content, which is like lifestyle, you know, documenting what you do as a day in the life of a 100K per month entrepreneur, something along those lines. Now, Liam Ottley does have a couple of videos like that. You could even say this one was kind of one of them, you know, although it is behind the scenes of his team, his Morningside AI team, it was still pretty much top of the funnel. I would still count that. However, middle of the funnel is like videos where he's giving out straight up advice, but because he's giving out straight up advice, what this basically tells the audience that are watching his YouTube videos are like, okay, this guy clearly knows what he's speaking about, and he clearly has something to sell, and at the end of most of these videos, he will usually CTA, if not throughout the videos, he'll also CTA saying, you know, if you want to know how you can start your own AI automation agency, I'll leave a link in the description where you can check out blah, 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 blah. So a lot of these videos are middle funnel content, you know, how elite agencies build prompts, how to build and sell AI agencies, ultimate beginner's guide, what it takes to build a successful AI agency. All of these videos are like very much educating, especially these ones. Like these do very, very well as well. You know, 16 insane AI lead generation systems for 2025 with proof. Or 13 AI tools I used to make $480,000 a month. Like, look, this has 166,000 views. You can only imagine how many people actually converted from that. So, funny thing is as I said, with this content, it builds credibility. That's, of course, he's giving out a bunch of advice. Like this video right here is almost 4 hours in length. You know, that's a lot of value. A lot. A lot of these videos are 20 minutes, 27 minutes, 26 minutes. You have 1 hour, 4 hours. And as we spoke about the 7-11 rule, you know, someone needs to watch 7 hours of your content, engage on 11 different touch points on 4 different platforms. So this is one of the platforms, and this is easily exceeding 7 hours, you know, especially if it's got 102,000 views at 4 hours. You can only imagine how many people actually watched his content, even all the way through. This is a full-on guide. Now, this content also provides a lot of value, as we already spoke about. And last but not least, which is super, super crucial for YouTube, especially if you're a coach, this is the biggest thing you can take away from posting on YouTube, is the viewer has to leave the video feeling better than before. That's how you get someone to rewatch your content over and over again. That's how you get someone to know, like, and trust you. The way you do that is when they watch these YouTube videos. Let's pick a short one, okay? Like even this one would be a great example. I won't count this one because this is just it's just a promo for his hiring. Let's say this one, okay? The AI money printer just got turned on. Here's how to get a slice. It's a 9-minute video, But these people will go in, watch this. 307,000 people went in, watched this, and after that video, they were like, damn, that was a good video. And they liked the video, they probably saved it, they thought it was very, very valuable. And then what this tells the algorithm and his audience is like, okay, this guy's valuable, let's push his video out to more people. And that's exactly how he gets people to subscribe to him and watch his content. You know, this guy's absolutely smashing it. 24 years old, okay? Almost 500,000 subscribers. He's absolutely ahead of the game. Now, if we just dive a little deeper, because this is exactly what you're here for, okay? You're here for the funneling. Now, he has multiple links in his bio, and I'm not actually going to go into all of them in depth because I want to keep my focus onto the coaching, but I am still going to brush past pretty much every single link apart from this one because it's literally just applying to work on his team, which, like, look, this doesn't make him any money. Well, yeah, it does, but indirectly. So the first link in his bio, or in the description of his video, my bad, is access to all the resources mentioned in the video for free on my Skool community. Now, he pushes the Skool community on all of these videos. Every single video that you watch, he will push the Skool community, which we'll get into the funnel of that. It goes very, very deep. But then the second link is also to the Skool community. Then the third link is we help entrepreneurs, industry experts, and developers build and scale the AI agency, which takes them directly to this very, very, very long landing page. So I'll get into that just later in the video as well, because I don't want to spoil the things ahead and then start jumping from A to C, back to A to then F. You know, you get what I mean. So the fourth link in his bio is need AI solutions built, work with me. And it's a link that leads to his Morningside, I believe. This is the Morningside website. This is what you can apply to work with him as a business, and they help you automate your business with AI. Now, this is definitely, honestly, I would say one of the main, if not the second to the main, if not the second main income for Liam Ottley. I would totally believe that his coaching is definitely making a lot more than his agency, but the Morningside agency, I've spoken to a lot of people who have worked with him, and they do very, very well, and they actually run the business, which it's very, very rare nowadays that someone runs a program and runs the actual business that they're promoting or preaching. This is basically his agency website, which you can apply to work with him. Then the fifth link is build AI agents without coding. Now, this is actually pretty new from what I know, but this is basically just his SaaS, I believe, and they charge about 5 cents per message plus tax. Now, of course, if you're a business and you're using and you're building out all these agents, these AI agents into your business, this is definitely making him a lot of money. And guess what? Probably not a lot of work is going, not a lot, sorry. It's not very, it's very, very high leverage because it doesn't have to work on this 24/7. And last but not least, I believe that's basically all the links covered. Now, if we just go back to the Skool, when of course you click on the first or the second link in the description, you get taken to this page and you can just press join group and that's it. If we take a look at the copy as well, interested in starting an AI business? If so, you're in the right place. I'm Liam Ottley, blah, 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 just speaking about his credibility. And then join now to get a complete AI automation course, 8 modules, 57 videos, 60 plus hours of content. This is very, very specific, okay? I'll get into why this is like so specific and why him being so specific actually converts a lot better. But as you see, like, it clearly converts very well because he's got 139,000 people in his free Skool community, which is great. Then weekly live Q&As with me, get your AI business questions answered directly. 50 plus templates and resources, proven contracts, proposals, and guides to close deals. And I'm not going to read the rest of this. I'm not going to bore you. But last but not least, just click join and I'll let you in within 1 to 2 minutes. Now, of course, he's probably got VAs. Like, he's got 11 admins. So he's just got VAs letting people in as long as they're qualified. And that's it. Once you click join group, you get taken to this. You get this pop-up come up. And first it asks, where are you in your AI automation agency journey? Now, you can answer saying, I'm just starting out. I'm making between 1 to 5K per month. I'm making between 5 to 10K per month. And I'm making over 10K per month. The only reason I'm asking this is to qualify you, because as soon as you join, they shoot you a message. Now, when I joined, of course, I just pressed, I'm just starting out. So I'm sorry, Liam Ottley, if I wasted your team's time, but I did what I had to do. Nonetheless, people, you know, that put 1 to 5K, 5 to 10K, 10K, some of them are joining 10K per month. He's getting to get his team to reach out and see if they need any help, or if they want, like, if there is anything specifically that they're joining the community for, because clearly they don't need the resources, or they might not exactly be there for the resource. They might be there to join Liam Ottley's coaching program. So he has team who is basically on hands doing all the work, which is the pre-initiation, the opening message, reaching out to every single person that joins, then officially creating the gap opportunity, then shooting for the Calendly link, and then hopefully maybe even booking in a call so they can even get them to work with Liam Ottley hand in hand, and of course get them into the program. Then they also ask you provide your best email address. Of course, they're saying best because they want you to have your main one for the welcome pack, free resources, and more. Now, when people submit their email, they're going to get taken to this. Now, I actually explained this in a previous video. This is a VSL funnel. Very, very simple. You have an opt-in page where you put your name, email address, and phone number usually. And then you get taken to a page where you get to watch videos. You get basically a free training, but you get just about enough information to not be able to take action for them to then end up selling you something. When you have submitted that information, like your email address and your name, you get taken you get put into the email newsletter. So it's kind of funny because if we look at any previous or any other influencers who have an opt-in page, they usually have like a normal, built out page that looks something along the lines of this, and then you press blah 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 this, and then you have to, opt in basically. But here it's actually he's using his Skool. So his Skool is his front end. His front end funneling. This is his opt-in page, which is super, super intelligent because, of course, people don't see it coming. And when they opt in, they get put into the newsletter. And then from the newsletter, you get sent this opportunity to grab the 6-month AI business roadmap. And this is like the most detailed thing I have ever seen. This is crazy. You see, there's like more than 10 plus people on the actual document. But this is like 21 pages. 21 pages of just pure value. And here he's pushing, of course, his Skool, his YouTube, his Twitter, his X, his Instagram, and of course, just a bunch of videos, whether that is in the Skool community or also in his YouTube. So he's just kind of recycling his audience. Also, with this, if you remember earlier in the video, I mentioned the 7-11-4 rule, right? Again, this is just another way. This is just a second platform that they get to warm themselves up on. They're getting sent emails daily, getting nurtured, getting told stories. And what's next? Over the next few weeks, you'll receive 10 educational emails packed with strategies, insights, and free resources to help you build your AI business. You see exactly what I mean? This is going to nurture the audience. This is going to give someone value and allow them to get to know Liam, get to trust Liam, get to like Liam. Once they know, like, and trust him, they get funneled back. Now, look, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to get into it just in a minute. But, of course, they get to know, they get to like, and they get to trust him through the emails. But wait, where am I going with this? Once you've submitted this application, of course, with your LinkedIn profile URL as well, you now get you get accepted into the Skool community. Now, once you've got accepted into the Skool community, you have a lot of resources. You get a lot of access. Start here, the AI model, the AAA model, sorry. Success stories, mindset, AI foundations, launch, marketing, operations. This guy basically goes into so much detail with helping you. And when you watch all of this content, guess what? Like you've exceeded 57 hours of content, I believe. Hold on, I'm going all over the place. 57 videos, 60 plus hours of content. That is more than, I guess, the minimum rule for the 7-11-4 rule, right? So in here, he has start modules. I even took a picture of one of them. And it's literally just some of his videos, getting to know him, like my story, just building credibility so like, and trust him. And then at the end of each description of each lesson, you also have a link to the landing page, which I'll go into in just a second. But then also in some of these other modules, so like this course, the AAA model, you get taken into a bunch of videos that you get access to as well. And to no surprise, you get linked to the AA Accelerator landing page again. Now, also, they do a call every single Sunday, which you can join. It's a Q&A with Liam. He probably tunes in for an hour, answers your questions, and guess what he does? Probably pushes the program again. If you want further help, if you need any support, if you want one-on-one expert help from every step of the way, just press this link right here in any of the modules, and you can get one-on-one help from us. Now, just before I get into the landing page. So we've now just established that this entire Skool funnel, this entire email sequence right here, all of this is just to funnel everybody back into this landing page. That's all that it's for. All of this entire process that we've just covered here, that I'm circling right here, all of this was just to funnel them back into the landing page. So that's what I meant. This gets pretty complex, but on a long enough time frame, a person, whether he goes through here or he goes through here, gets nurtured through like, one-on-one connection with the appointment setter, they eventually still come back to the landing page. Now, why is this so efficient? Why is this so powerful? Why does this work so well? Why is his messaging just so on point? Now, the reason for that is because of ICP. This is like what I have seen to be the biggest mistake that coaches make, the biggest mistake that agencies make. And I'm certainly not perfect. I'm not sitting here and speaking saying that, oh, I knew this the entire way. To be fair, I ran business for 2 years and I had no clue that this existed. I kind of knew about it, but I didn't understand its importance. And the only reason Liam Ottley is able to do this type of messaging, the only reason he knows that him including numbers in his titles is going to get him more views, the only reason he knows that people need AI tools and that they want insane lead generation systems, the only reason he knows that people struggle with AI lead generation systems in the first place is because he has done his market research. Now, this is the first thing you should be doing as a coach, consultant, or agency owner. You want to identify your ideal customer profile. Now, I do this for my clients completely hands off for them. Like, I have a whole worksheet that they go through, they answer these questions, we put them into ChatGPT, and then we also add a human touch to it, to where we're able to tell basically the answers to all of these questions in a lot of detail. So basically, if I break it down for you right now, what problems you want to know everything about your ideal client. When you know everything about your ideal client, marketing, copywriting, funneling, building everything, even like your VSL, it just becomes so easy because you know everything you're supposed to be saying. He's saying 2 years ago I started with zero generative AI knowledge. He knows that some of these people are starting from zero. All of these people are starting from zero. I mean, like, that's pretty obvious, right? Just like every business needed a website in the 90s, today I need AI to stay competitive. He knows exactly what to say. He knows exactly what these people want. He knows these people want 50 templates. Or not 50 templates, but he knows they want templates. He knows they want a network. He knows that they want proven contracts proposals. He knows what they're expecting. And with all of this, he's able to craft his messaging. He's able to craft exactly who he speaks to, and he has his ideal client already mapped out perfectly. What you want to identify about your ideal client profile, this is the person you'll be targeting. This is the ideal person that you'll be speaking to in your content, in your marketing, well, that's the same thing, in your funneling, in your sales page, in your operations, in your fulfillment, everything. This is who you're going to be ideally speaking to. This is like the avatar that you'll be targeting. You want to find out what problems they actually have. What are their goals? What have they tried to do to actually fix those problems? What more could they face trying to fix them on their own? What is their current situation? What is their desired situation? What's the deep-rooted driver force behind all of this? Why is it actually important to them in the first place? What are their latent conditions? This is something I learned from Charlie Morgan. Latent conditions are something that the audience can resonate with you with. So he knows that there are specific things that the audience can resonate with him on, which is why he, in his YouTube videos, probably speaks in a language that they understand. If we even look deeper into some of these sales pages, he tells them exactly what they want to hear. Like, he knows they want weekly coaching with Liam. Ask questions directly to Liam on your AI business with weekly coaching calls. You have a one-on-one success manager. Why does he know that people need a one-on-one success manager? Yes, because he wants better results, but he knows that people struggle with accountability. Why? Because he has done his research. Now, what keeps them up at night? What will they do once they actually achieve it? You want to map out the next goal, because once you map out the next goal, guess what you can do? You can upsell. You can create an upsell offer, which I've done for a lot of my clients, to now when you've solved one problem, you can sell them on a second problem. And what does that do? That increases the long-term value of each and every customer that goes through your business. And what we usually do for our clients as well is, now once we figured all of that out, we do a detailed analysis, which allows us to really craft out the messaging. And that's for the offer, that is for the marketing, that's for the copywriting. Everything becomes easy because everything is centered around them, the audience, the people you're selling to. And when you know what they want to hear, selling becomes very, very easy. Like, look, entrepreneurs, industry experts, and developers, you're one step away from learning how to build a widely profitable AI business. He knows that a lot of these people watching him are entrepreneurs, or I guess want to be entrepreneurs, industry experts, or developers. Those are most of the people that he's targeting. He knows that there are a lot of guys who are very talented in code, but they just don't know how to run an agency, and that's what he's helping them with. Important, please watch this video below. You watch this video, he'll sell you he'll give you the credibility, he'll give you the information, and he'll probably sell you on the coaching program. And then what you do is you press this button down here, just schedule your demo call, and you'll get taken to a page where you can actually book in for a call. Now, when you click this page, you'll basically be scrolled down to here. I don't know why that didn't load. Oh, these haven't loaded. But essentially, when I was going through this, you weren't actually, there was no spaces for April, which is crazy. He's absolutely booked out. But then again, like, he has basically all of the features. So the one-on-one development coaching, the one-on-one personal branding coaching, one-on-one offer creation coaching, one-on-one outreach coaching, and one-on-one sales coaching. I believe he charges 5K at the moment for to get inside, and it's absolutely crazy. This is all for the one-on-one coaching, then the classroom, and then the community. He lays everything out. And then what he does right after that, so right after you have the option to book, so once you click this page, it'll basically, like, so let's say if I was to hypothetically click this, it'll literally scroll me down to here where like a Calendly embed will come up and tell me to basically book in. But now, find out how you'll secure your first or next 10 clients. He knows that his audience already probably have a business running, or some of them are just starting, which is why he's saying first or next 10 clients, and then you can book in for a call with him, which he has no spaces. But then what he does after that is, if you're not convinced enough, he'll take you through a lot of testimonials. Okay, once you go through a dozen testimonials, you have another chance to book in for a call. He also has Trustpilot, 283 reviews on Trustpilot, and then you have scheduled your demo call, find out how we'll secure your first or next 10 clients, and then another option to book right here. But then he doesn't stop here. He bombards you with even more testimonials until you get to the end, which is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. There is a lot of credibility on here, and it's just undeniable proof that he knows and he's good at what he actually does. And once you go through this, you get taken onto a sales call with the team, and then they will eventually close you. One more thing I did forget to actually mention is that they will also run the KPIs and tracking. He has a sales team in the back end, which I actually do for a lot of my clients as well, is we run a sales team in the back end where a closer hops in, he records those calls, all those calls get logged, and then we also have trackers that they go through and they track everything. So then when it comes to the actual growth side of the business, we're able to know exactly where the business is heading, how much revenue we're collecting, or how much cash we're actually collecting, what the closing rates are, what the setting or booking rates are, and then how we can actually improve. Because I mean, if you don't have any metrics in your business, how are you actually supposed to improve this? So ideally, this is actually the breakdown of the entire Liam Ottley funnel. But ideally, if you're a coach or a consultant or agency owner and you are looking for help with scaling your offer, you're looking to build out these exact systems, but you don't exactly know how to, you don't even know how to build out these back-end systems that will nurture people without you having to do anything, and you want help with that, I can help with that. What I will do is I'll leave a link in the description. We can hop on a call and I can see whether I could potentially help, and if so, maybe we'll be a great fit to work together. But other than that, I appreciate you watching until the end. All I ask for you in return is just to leave a like and subscribe to the channel below so you never miss any of these future videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.